Hey guys, how's it going? I'm just gonna keep this one in the dark today. Just doing my thing. No, a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. I've been having some guy writing this repeater. Now, the reason I call this stuff a repeater, I'm gonna go ahead and explain this to you, is it's repeating and looping, screaming, basically. And this person was once again, this is a female and a male. They were talking about last night. They were trying to say that they're Steven Spielberg. So we're going back to this whole killing of individuals who have nothing to do with the stuff that they accomplish. And this time it's police. So last night I went and kind of cut loose and was testing to see what this stuff does to people. I mean, there's no other way. I mean, I'm going to sit there and date some guy and end up screwing this poor person up. And I think it'd be better, around people who, are on the road and do have access to other people, usually accompanied by other people. So I can kind of check out results that way instead of running in the mysteries of my own fears. And everything seemed to go just fine, no major problems. So okay, I don't know what to call this. The method is safe. Test seemed to have no major difficulties coming out of it. Was interesting because I was running up in my higher brain functions, and I was doing that while walking, and it was kind of neat to achieve. And I was really my energy levels were way up there. I mean, I was just way up there. I was going full bird. It was great, and I didn't see any major complications. I did note, though, that with active higher brain functions, I was attacked by a cop. Now, it was like one of the first times I was physically able to rise up above what this police officer was doing and actually physically see what he does with himself. Now, this man, I went ahead and I went to the local Wawa. And there were a couple of people in the parking lot, just parked, sitting there, trying to mull things over, trying to stay out of harm's way, and others of them just being perverts. But I reached the store and I sat down, and the cop immediately pulled up, and he's very healthy, he's very fairly bulky male, and I can feel the shaking starting in me, like, oh, this little shit's starting up a taser. And I sat there and watched this man go into the store, and he came out, and then he sat there and he indicated towards people that were in surrounding vehicles, and he stated, kill. And then he went into his trunk and threatened me with a shotgun. And then the shaking stopped. Now, I asked the man for a light, and he did not in any way, shape, or form process the information that I was requesting. Because, I had my cigarettes with me, oddly enough. And he didn't process anything at all. This was a complete and utter automaton. Very dangerous situation from the looks of it. I mean, just nothing, just, there was nobody there. And this is a very large male who looks like he's just came out of a freaking incubator, literally, in completely good health. A lot of these people do. A lot of people around here look flawless. They look like they just hopped out of a fucking incubator. A darn incubator, excuse me. Yeah, and I've got the locals here still robbing me, of course, and the cops don't enforce that. And I walked past the local cop house, and the repeater was running. It runs outside. It's like an oscillator. I think it's a type of echocavitation, but I'm never sure. All I know is what I perceive. And as I was approaching, this person was having a conversation with me, and I went past this police officer's house, and he was the one initiating conversation of that same nature. And it wasn't because I could hear into the house; it's because he had access to the repeater, which means they have neural implants that physically give them that capability, or they're using their cards. Which means that they've been giving terrorists all the money they possibly can in order to waste Americans. I'm heading into my 50s here, and it's kind of nice to be able to engage and kick these people's butts. Um, and yeah, and definitely the cop, by the way, in question is at 1818 Diamond Drive, not 1817. 1817 is another jackass that needs to be dealt with. I'll deal with this. I'll deal with it. I've been kind of in my usage of the magnetic lines. I'm altering the consciousness of the people around me. I'm kind of adding my own, as opposed to them only having their own consciousness. So it should help a little, kind of stabilize a little bit. But remember, I'm still under attack. So that mental energy, so to speak, also goes into these fantastic instinct lines. So keep that in mind when you start to notice that there's something going on with these people. That if it's me, that because I've been working on these things a lot, and it's a really great gymnasium, that I am under attack, and I'm not skittish as much as I'm in pain. So retranslate that when engaging. But they should be considerably more docile and more curious than anything else. Curiosity being the key word here, and a very, very important trait to inflict on these people. I was also, because there are a lot of people out there with neurotech actually fighting back. I mean, how in the hell do you get through to somebody who's got like some sort of mechanical autism going on? You can use sexuality, but sexuality leads to frustration, a lot of frustration. I was just thinking about it, bouncing it back and forth between my friends here, my little digital friends, and the digital interface. And my recommendation was to find a hotspot involving, like, you can go ahead and get somebody in tune with their inner child. But the inner child is a very wanting individual, who's very, very needy, feels very, very unprotected, which can actually be extremely dangerous. The recommendation is when, at time frames when a child is at play. You're going to get people who want to play, as long as there's a foyer involved in regards to their connection to their adulthood. That might be of beneficial quality, or just the elimination of the technology altogether. I mean, we don't all, nuclear bombs exist on the planet. There are some nuclear bombs. We don't all have them in our backyard. And there's other technologies that, have been developed on paper but never actually physically created. Some technologies just simply should not exist due to the ease in which murder and malice takes place. And they're horrible weapons of mass destruction. And we are dealing with CAPS deploying this stuff. And even, I am a writer, and I am an artist, I am a designer, and it really is painful to watch people, try to pick a fight with me in order to make money that they'll never make. Rob me in order to make a couple of bucks off of a piece of entertainment and turn human suffering. It's kind of like turning the Holocaust into a piece of entertainment, which is what you people have been doing. What else? Yeah, that's about it. I'll go ahead and do my bomb thing today. Walking around with a bomb on me, as usual. So yeah, don't feel too. I was able to get above the CAPS technology, and that by saying that, I don't know how long that'll last. But yeah, just go. Feel free to come and talk to me. I think it's safe. I kind of have to come out of velocity, so just watch it with that. Don't freak out when I'm going a little too fast. Yeah, something actually really funny. It was kind of doing the whole worshiping God thing, and the energy was apparently all over the map. And some people were like having their personal connection with God moment. And you got to remember, I I am occupying other regions of my brain. So what ended up happening is I wore out one section of my brain. This is actually really, from visual perspective, it's really, really horrific. But what was going on was really, really hilarious. I went ahead and I was up in another region of my head, and I was going really, really fast. And working on kind of programming area and cleaning up bad energy, so to speak, and kind of figuring things out. Man, there's a mess out there once you start to perceive it. That is just a huge mess. And I'm still bugged. So anyway, I went ahead and I was working in one area of me, and that got tired. And I passed these guys, and I went into the road, and I dropped into another section of myself, and all I could do was laugh. And in the two sections, well, the tired section of my head was talking to this other section of my head, and it was just pure laughter, as well as this communication going on while I was, practicing, and I was passing in front of my cars, and these people were so upset. I was just like, this is like religiosity, so to speak. You can't be doing that. Well, there's not much I can do about it. It didn't mean to insult. It is my brain. It does get, sections of it do get tired. And then sit there and drop into another section. It's usually what the human brain does. And I was just laughing my ass off. Like, no, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm working here. And these people look so upset, you poor things. And you finally get in touch with something that you really need to, and somebody's laughing their ass off. Like, no, I'm not laughing at you. It's just something that's going on. Yeah, probably laughing at the fact that you want to kill people so badly. You're going to end up screwing the dog. You have sex with the carpet if you want, or with the local tree after you've killed that many people. Yeah. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. I'm noticing within the tech, there's like a handshake. And maybe that's a conversation in private for individuals whose butts I need to kick. Enough said. Still need employment, as usual. And that's it. Have a good one. Peace and love. Yeah. The repeater boy keeps saying that he wants to time travel, and the neighbors were calling me a princess. You're a princess, and this and that, and they're really terrorists. Our people are dead. They call me a diva and whatnot. Yeah, I'm a bit of kind of a royal, but I'm not, royalty. I'm a figurehead, kind of like a Gandhi, but not. Unfortunately, I'm bugged, and so the worst kind of scum are the ones taking my information, retranslate it into their own personal power to make money. So it really complicates the issue for any innocent people that could benefit from the information I can provide, or any experience, or any design for that matter. Because using my mechanical designs for evil is just not good for you. A lot of these people want people to live in a movie. It's like, great. They're sitting there taking my suffering and writing about it. Kind of PO'd. But there's the whole thing about time travel and whatnot. I did mention in the past that time travel is a big no-no. One of the first things in human perception in regards to going back in time is the rotation of the planet, and how the sun comes up and the moon changes its position in the sky. You can't sit there and reverse the rotation of the planet, which would be the first thing in human perception in regards to changing the timeline. It would be catastrophic for the health of the planet. Just simple perceptions. And remember, a lot of these people have bugged a great number of human beings. So they'll use the consciousness of these victims in order to achieve their goal. And the planet does interact with the species on the surface in order to sustain her health. So if you sit there and you start going after time travel, it might overwhelm the planet's basic instinct and get her to destroy herself, which is pretty nasty to do. Um, I do believe our planet's sentient, without a doubt. It's just I don't think this is an entity with whom we can have like a clear conversation due to the type of consciousness that she mans. But she is very beautiful. Um, and yeah, I've got a couple of ETs hanging out. It's all digital, and then a couple of humans. They're hijacking each other's technology, which is funny as shit to watch. Um, watch these people have an argument. Yeah. What else? I think that's it. Um, yeah. Have a wonderful day.